All right, it is haul time once again, and I just came back from a trip from Tokyo in Japan, and boy, do I have a haul for you guys. Okay, I had a few Targets set things I had to buy in Tokyo, and I got like almost all of them except for one. The first Target I had was this one, the DJI microphone mini, and I'm using it right now. I also wanted to ask you guys, this is sort of like a dry run for this microphone. What do you guys think? Do you think it's noticeably different, significantly better audio? I normally just use a lapel mic, which is like this. It's very clunky. You attach it to the phone and you clip it onto yourself, and it's got this a relay, and it's a very clunky device. So I decided to get go wireless, and I could have easily gotten this online, slightly higher price, but I decided to go to the source. I wanted to go directly to a retailer in Japan. I went to Yodobashi Camera, the Yodobashi Mall in Akiba, Yodobashi Akiba, and I found one. One I picked up was one with receiver and one microphone, and it cost about, minus the taxes because it's still on tax-free, something like 90 bucks, but I had to pay extra $17-18 for the lightning port adapter because it only came with the C port. So it cost me about 110 bucks everything. So let me know what you guys think. Is the sound not noticeably better, or am I better off just going back to my old microphone? So very, very good mic so far. I've tried it a couple times. I'm okay with it. So I wanted to ask you guys what you guys think. So that was one of my first Targets. I was very happy with the purchase. They were very helpful. If you want to ask them if they understand English, you say "Eigo wakarimashita." Eigo means English. Wakarimasu. Wakarimasu means do you understand? Wakarimashita, do you understand, sir? And then they would say yeah, a little, or hai, hai. And they were very accommodating at Yodobashi. I thought they had the best deals. Okay, so that was the first Target. Next thing I really wanted, I'm into the anime right now, a lot of new anime shows because of my kids, and we've started watching a bunch of them. And one of the things we started watching was Dandadan. I haven't finished the first season. My kids have already gone through the anime, the manga, and all that. But this show is, it's addicting, and at the same time it's something you love to hate and you hate to love. You know what I'm saying? Dan, and I wanted to get some anime figures. The first one on my Target list was really this one. I wanted to get the hot grandma Seiko, and this I thought was an interesting figure by Sega, and it's her sitting down with a bat, and I thought it was a pretty cute figure. Cost about 2,800 yen, which comes to about 1,000 pesos, which is about under 20 bucks, about 19 bucks. And I thought that was incredible because these things are going for like 25, 30 bucks on retail, 40 bucks at tourist areas, but here in Manila, they were selling these for above $20, 25 bucks at least. So I was very happy to get that one. I actually picked it up at a very unassuming store. Alex, my daughter, had told me about this store. She told me not to go to the tourist stores in Akihabara. You go to the unassuming ones further down the road. It's called Tokyo Hobby Center. They have the best prices. They're like at least half of what the tourist shops are selling, half or 1/3 of their prices, and they're amazing. And this is, they don't offer tax-free because the price is already tax-free, so that's pretty cool. Next thing I picked up from that shop, the last piece, I got Momo Ayase, again from Sega, Dandadan. Here she is in a standing pose, just probably angry at Okarun. If you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. She's probably my favorite character on this show, and Seiko. And yeah, I'm just really, really glad to find them. And I wanted to get Ira, but the one that Sega had, I wasn't too happy with the figurine. It was okay, maybe I'll come back for it in the winter when we try and go back to Japan. Okay, so that's it for Dandadan. But the same store, I found my other Targets. My other Targets were, have you heard of this show on Netflix called Sakamoto Days? It's based off the acclaimed manga, and I have been wanting to get some Sakamoto figures. I've seen the SH Figuarts, they're okay, but they're coming in I think they're coming later this year towards winter. And I wanted just figure, I couldn't wait for that. So I saw a couple of Sakamoto toys being sold here locally in Manila. They're called the Vibration Stars. The Vibration Stars, let me talk about that later. Okay, so the shop obviously had several, and the Vibration Stars, and Alex and I decided to pick up a couple. The first one we picked up was Taro Sakamoto, the titular character. Oh man, this is a heavy piece. It really is the heaviest among the obvious, for obvious reasons, and wow, it is an amazing piece. And it's called Vibration Stars because I think they translated it incorrectly. It's a bobble head, or a wobbling figure like the Funko Pops. So they think the wobble is a vibration. So okay. And then I had to pick up his sidekick. You gotta get Shin Asakura. Oh man, this is a cool kicking pose. This is the guy who can read minds. Spoiler alert. Okay. And then one of my favorite characters on the show is Lu Xiaotang. I love this character, and she's in a really cool fighting pose right here. Very nice. And they were priced relatively, I mean, Taro Sakamoto was priced at $2,500, just under 20 bucks again. About 18 bucks, and the others were priced way lower, like $15, $14. I had to get all three of them because they're the team. They're my team on the show. I didn't get Pisuke and Heisuke. I didn't got them, but these three were my top priorities. Maybe I'll get more if I get back to that shop. But I was so happy. That's my second target, so 2 targets down. The third target I was looking for was really the Transformers Legacy Evolution Commander Class Armada Universe Optimus Prime, the Takaratomi version. Yeah, I know I already had that. I sold it off, really regretting selling it off. But a buddy needed it and I needed the funds, so I had to sell it at that time. And I said, you know, I want to get that again because I really liked, if you've seen my review of Red Alert, I repurchased Hotshot, and I was really hoping to get the Takaratomi version of that Optimus Prime, but I couldn't find it. Actually, I did find it. I'll talk about that later. I have another story. I have a story to tell for the last item I picked up, and it's going to include that one. But for now, I missed out on that target, and I'm probably going to try and get it at ToyCon next month here in Manila. Okay, so on to other targets. I wanted to get some SH Figuarts, Star Wars SH Figuarts specifically. And the first one I wanted to get was Darth Maul, the version 2. This is, I couldn't find it anywhere except at the Tamashii Nation's flagship store. Boy, it was, that store had a lot of good stuff, but they were not a tax-free store. Sadly, I got it for something like $68. I think that was a fair price. It's on the high side, but considering the fact it's going for what, 90, 100 bucks online, I thought 68 bucks was a good price for it, so I went ahead and picked it up. The other one I was looking for was the Darth Vader Kenobi. I couldn't find it. I think it's a relatively new figure, so I decided to get it on Shopee. It's in the mail. It's being shipped out, so hopefully I get that one in good condition. I'll let you guys know if I do. The other target, the final target I had for the SH Figuarts Star Wars was actually this one, the Mandalorian Din Djarin and Din Grogu pack or set. I thought this was the most definitive one. I've seen a couple reviews of this. Some buddies of mine have this, and they've been showing it off, and I thought it was a pretty cool set. I did not want to pick it up on regular retail, so I went to Don Quixote. Oh my goodness, that shop. I am just so addicted to that shop. Don Quixote is probably one of the best places to shop for SH Figuarts. They have limited stocks, but when they have them, they're really well priced. And this one, I thought I had a great deal. I paid almost the same price with this one for this one, about 70 bucks. And I thought that was an amazing deal. And they had like 2 stocks left. I went through like 2-3 Don Quixotes, and I found this one at the Akihabara branch. Akihabara has like the best shops, I'm telling you guys. That is the first place you want to go to in Tokyo if you want to shop for figures. So very happy to find that one, and hopefully the Kenobi Darth Vader is in the mail. I'm gonna get it soon. Okay, some non-Targets that I picked up. I went to Toys R Us. I went to the biggest Toys R Us actually in Tokyo, which is in Odaiba, in Daiba City, in Minato City. It's in the mall called the Aqua City Mall. Oh, they had great stuff. They had more than one shelf display for Transformers, so that was pretty cool, but they didn't have the stuff I wanted. I did go to another Toys R Us store in Toyusu, or Toyus. They don't pronounce the U. It's like they don't say sushi, they say shi. They don't say sumo, they say smo. They don't say asakusa, they say asakusa. So I went to Toyus, and they have very limited Transformers, but I always get lucky in that store. And sure enough, I found this. I know this is probably my third copy of this figure, but this is the Takara Tomy Studio Series Rise of the Beasts SS141 Deluxe Class Mirage. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a review of this one because it's basically the same one. I think I'm going to sell this one off at ToyCon. I will be joining ToyCon this year, 2025, at the SMX Convention Center at the SM Mall of Asia on Father's Day and Independence Day weekend, June 13, 14, and 15, 2025. If you're in Manila, you got nothing better to do, go check out the annual Summer ToyCon. That is the biggest toy convention in Manila. Annual ToyCon for the summer, and I am going to be sharing a booth with a couple of buddies. We are called Jedi Prime. Speaking of ToyCon, I found another piece which I probably am going to sell. I got a couple of these. I'm going to save one for myself, but I'm going to sell one. And this is the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ43 Hot Wheels Boulevard line. I thought it was a pretty neat car. I'm sure I can get something for that at ToyCon. If not, it'll be a good display piece since my section of the booth is just so bare, right, usually. So I don't put that one on display. Nobody buys it, I'm keeping it. But I thought it was a really cool car, really cool Japanese SUV or off-road vehicle. So yeah, it's gonna be on ToyCon. Okay, last two things, okay? And this is the penultimate haul that I got. It is the McDonald's Happy Meal Anniversary Edition of the Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh my goodness, you guys. You do not know how incredibly difficult it is to obtain this set. The only way you could get it, you can't go to a McDonald's in Tokyo or Japan and just order it and you get a burger and fries and you get it. No, it doesn't work that way. It's in limited quantities, and McDonald's and the company that licenses Evangelion, they do a lottery system, which means you gotta join a lottery if you want to be able to purchase it. So you gotta pay 25 bucks to get a ticket to join the lottery. And the lottery is not even sure. The 25 bucks doesn't guarantee you a chance to purchase. They draw the lottery, and if you get chosen, then you can purchase one. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the scalpers and hoarders have already gamed that system. And sure enough, we couldn't find it anywhere except in online stores. And my good buddy Renz, he is our tour guide for the last couple years in Tokyo. He runs the best driver and tour guide agency in Tokyo. Renz, you are the man. He was able to get this on Amazon Japan for roughly 75 bucks. I know it's far cry from 25 bucks. 75 bucks I think is a pretty good deal, considering the fact that I've seen this one in Green Hills in Shopsville. It is going for a ridiculous amount of money, like 115, 120 bucks. More than 120 bucks. I think on eBay this thing is going for 150 to $200. It is ridiculously priced. So for 75 bucks, I am so happy to have it. Thank you to my good buddy Renz for scoring this one for me. Okay, and finally, that was another target. My final target was really let me just show it off. So it'll cover the entire screen. There you go. That was my final target for my Tokyo trip. It is the Takara Tomy Legacy Menasor Stunticon set with the G1 aesthetic, G1 box, the old Takara Tomy G1 styled box. And it's the same box set that Hasbro released. See if I can open it. Yeah, I think I can open it. It's not completely sealed. I mean, this is, I think this is a sleeve. Yep, it is a sleeve. All right, here we go. It's basically the same as the Hasbro version. The difference is the packaging. It has the Takara Tomy sleeve, and they've got the double heads. They've got the toy accurate heads, show accurate heads. The colors and the paint apps are very toy accurate instead of cartoon accurate. And this was pretty cool. And you know, I made a mistake shopping in Akihabara. I went to the more expensive shops first. I could not find this guy. And here's my funny story, which is linked to that Armada Universe Optimus Prime. And I was looking all over for this one. I went all over Akihabara to my usual haunts. I could not find him. He was sold out. I went to Ueno. There's a shop there called Red Mercury. I said I'd just pick out the Hasbro version if I could still find it. They sold a ton of Hasbro Marvel Legends, Transformers, Star Wars, Jada, Street Fighter, you name it. They did not have this. They were severely overpriced. They were like hobby shop prices, really on the high side. So Ueno, it was really bummed out. I was bummed out I couldn't find one. I had to climb like 4 flights of stairs, like climbing a mountain just to get to Red Mercury. But it's a great shop if you're looking for US products. In Japan, you gotta pay slightly more. Red Mercury in Ueno. Okay, so I went to Asakusa, because I googled this little quaint tiny shop called, it's not even English, he posts on Google, his name in Google is in Japanese, and it translates to Yuma Toys, and he's in a nice quaint, really it's like side streets in Asakusa. You could not get to it in the most conventional ways. And when I went there, the owner was closing shop. And I was like, why? You have 45 minutes to go. And I could see this item in the back end of the shop in the glass windows. And I could see on the front shelf, the Armada Universe Optimus Prime Takara Tomy. And I was like, this shop has both my targets. I can't believe he's closing 45 minutes early. And I asked him, are you open the next day? He says no. And I was like, what the hell does this guy hate gaijins? He doesn't want to sell anything. And I was like, okay, cash only, no credit cards, and they're not tax-free. I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. He does not want to sell to me. A nice lady came up and tried to translate, and she says he can't open the store. He's closing early because he has to be checked into to the hospital. I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry, and I just left. So I had just given up on getting this set, and I spent my money on the anime figures until I went back to Akihabara. So I go back to Akihabara on our last day in Tokyo. I go out with my other daughter Sam, and her fiance, and we go around, and somebody had told me, why don't you check out Radio Kaikan? I've never been there. I've been to Akihabara twice, for 2 different occasions, last winter and last summer, and I've never gone to Radio Kaikan. And somebody told me, you can find a lot of stuff there and they're cheap. Radio Kaikan. And I was like, okay. So I go to Radio Kaikan and I look at the building and I realize I've been passing this building several times and I never went to it. I had no idea. I thought they sold radio stuff, which was true. They started out selling a bunch of stores selling radio parts and radios and all that, but they had evolved into other things like Pokemon cards, collector cards and all that and whatnot, anime stuff and all that. So I take my chance. I go to Ami Ami. Oh my goodness, Ami Ami is amazing. Most of the Hasbro products are on discount and they are tax-free. They do tax-free shop. The Black Series figures, the Marvel Legends out there were just incredibly low priced. They were like, if I try to compute it, they were much lower than Amazon, I think. So I was like, I was so tempted to get it, but I could not find this at Ami Ami. So I go 2 floors up, and I go to this store called Yellow Submarine. And they had one last stock left on the shelf, and they were not tax-free. Clearly, they had the cashier, they had a small sign that says not a tax-free store. And it's 33,000 yen, or about $590, just under 600 bucks. And I was so excited. I had spent almost all of my money, and my wife, I knew, was gonna kill me if she knew I was gonna spend more than my budget. And I had to ask permission. I'd beg her, and she said, okay, fine, whatever. That's gonna be my Father's Day gift to you and my birthday gift. And I was like, oh, I don't care. Just let me buy it. And she says, okay. And I pick it up. Under 600 bucks, I was so happy. You'll see there's a little bit of dents going on there because the cashier, oh, I hate that guy. He dropped it. I paid for it, and then he was about to bag it. He drops it, and he dents the box. I mean, unbelievable. He doesn't even, he says sorry, but he apologized, but he doesn't even do that bow thing. And I was like, he was so insincere apologizing. And that was the first time I've heard a less than sincere apology from a local in Tokyo. Unbelievable. But okay, it was the last one. I was just happy to get it. Oh, thank goodness I didn't come empty-handed. This was my biggest target, and I got it. So there you have it. That is my humble haul from Tokyo, Japan for the summer of 2025. Let me know what you guys think. Which one do you want me to review first? Is there anything you want to see first? What do you think of the anime? Let me know if you guys want to see more reviews. Let me know what you think of my story, my hunting story in Tokyo. I cannot wait to get back there. The kids absolutely love the place. They want to go back to Japan like twice a year. We'll probably try and go back this winter, but I'm very happy. I got most of my targets. It is an amazing, amazing place to shop and to just see the sights. The food is incredible. Don't worry about the language barrier. Some of them do speak Eigo or English. You get to learn the language as you go along. Like, arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu means thank you very much. Or ohayou gozaimasu. Konnichiwa means hello, good day. Sumimasen. So I picked up a couple words. If you want to say excuse me, sumimasen. You just say hi is os, stuff like that. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing place. I just hope, you know, the tourists don't ruin the place, because lately Japan has just been restricting tourist access because of over-tourism and all that. But yeah, that's my haul. Let me know what you guys think, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.